You mentioned along the way you ended up performing covers with Greg, and that you've known him since you were really young. At what point was there an idea that we should start a band together and do original songs?
It was the late 80s when we both kind of like flamed out of university, and I decided, okay, music is what I want to do. And then I moved. Greg had gone to school in Windsor, and he knew a guitar player, and he was in a band. So I came, joined that band, became the bass player. And after about 6 or 9 months, the guitar player decided that he wanted to focus on directing. He became probably still doing it now. He became like a kids TV director. And I said to Greg, let's go to Toronto and start our own band. And then we moved to Toronto and started up a band it was called Warehouse. Not a good name. And we did the smartest thing, and I recommend this to any band starting out. We recorded an album in Greg's roommate's room with a I guess a 1/2-inch Tascam 8-track or 16-track. I think I did all the engineering. We recorded it, we mixed it. I don't know if we mastered it. I guess we mastered it, and we made cassette tapes, and we listened to it, and we thought, this is terrible. And we didn't do anything with it. And so as a result, the next batch of songs we did were with NC17 and then subsequently Treble Charger. So I think a lot of people were like, wow, where did these guys come from with these songs? Well, the reason is you didn't hear our terrible songs.
Basically, by the time you made a legit recording, it was almost like a greatest hits. You had already gone through the other stuff.
Well, yeah, the other stuff was just gone. Like we did not, none of those songs lasted. We just wrote new, better songs.
Is that original recording that you think is terrible? Does that exist anywhere, or did you guys like dumpster fire that thing quickly?
Greg might have it. I know I don't have it, because back then it was, your master was on a VHS tape.
The band was originally called NC17, and there happened to be one or more bands that already had that name. I guess they threatened some legal stuff, and you changed the name. So how did the name NC17, how did that start? And then where did the transition to Treble Charger come from?
I don't remember how we got NC17. I just remember someone came up with it, and everyone thought, well, this is a good name.
And that's from the movies, right? That's like the classification of movies.
And it also was like almost the Star Wars, the Star Trek, I think it's NCC something with a 1 and a 7. So we thought, oh, this is like hitting on all levels here. Then we this hair band from California, they sent a letter from a lawyer's office, and we thought, oh, and our manager was like, yeah, this is bad, you got to change your name. And I remember I think it was 1994, early 1994, and we had a deadline because we were going to be the first band at the Molson Park Tragically Hip July 1st show. So we had like X days to come up with a name to go on the poster. And I came up with Treble, and Greg came up with Charger. And I stole Treble from the band Pavement Again. Their publishing company was called Treble Sands. And I thought, Treble, that's good. Yeah, Treble something, that's good.
And then Charger from Greg. So you guys are collaborating right from the start, 50-50. Yeah. So I like that. So in 1994, you guys release your debut album, NC17. So this is named after the original band name, I guess, kind of in honor of the name that was taken from you. 2 singles. So there was Red, the original version of Red, and then 10th Grade Love. So it was released independently at first by a label called Smoking Worm. How did you attract the attention of that label? Was it just your building?
Oh, no, that's just us.
Oh, that's you guys. Okay, self-released.
Because I drew this. I don't know if you have any images of the Smoking Worm or the Smoking Worm with an apostrophe. It was like this this kind of dragon-like character that I drew, cartoon with a martini glass and a cigarette. And that was the 3-song tape. That was the cover. And we had shirts made up like that. Yeah. And then we were playing at the El Macombo, and this band called Tristan Psionic was opening up for us. And I was talking to the guitar player Sandy after both our sets, and I said, like, "Well, you guys are great. Like, we play a lot of shows, and usually the bands we play with are terrible, and you guys are really good." And he said, "Yeah, same with us. Usually bands we play with are terrible. You guys are really good." And then we became on their label Sonic Onion.
Okay. And what thoughts, memories, emotions come back when you think to that debut album that kickstarted this wild journey?
Yeah, I don't really remember any I don't remember the day that I had the CD in my hand. I remember more like recording it and being in the studio and just being, I didn't have the best work ethic growing up. And when I got into that studio, it was like, "Okay, Rob, we can go another hour." No, Bill, it's 3 a.m. No, we can go another hour. And so it was just very, very satisfying for me. And yeah, and then we just started playing more, and it was just, it was a great time.
So you found out that your work ethic or your lack of work ethic was just directly tied to whether there was something you were passionate about.
Exactly.
Did it mean a lot to you to know that, oh, I do have work ethic, I just haven't found
Absolutely.
something that's worth working towards?
Absolutely. And then, it went back to like, I did pretty well in school, but I remember like not doing homework in order to like learn a guitar solo, but badly. But, I was always like up for spending a lot of time listening to, arranging harmonies or learning chords or